Hi, this video is about the future of AI, what happens next. My name is David Hood, and I'm CEO of 42 Robots AI, where we help organizations implement AI. And I'll put some links to some relevant videos below that will help expand on some of these the ideas and back up some of the things I'm saying here. So definitely we've had a major hype cycle and with regards to AI, and that's fine, that's normal, that's expected. And I would say right now we're probably in kind of like some people might call it the trough of disillusionment, and I'm going to elaborate on what I'm seeing. So first of all, let's look at this history, recap this real quick. Google came out with a paper in 2017. I think it was called Attention is All You Need, and it basically presented the transformer, which is the same basic technology that GPT-4 and Claude and all the top tier models use today. It hasn't really changed that much. The only thing that's most of what has changed is the data. The data they feed it, what they do with it, how they clean the data, how much money they put into it. And so that core technology has not changed that much. On top of that, basically the models have already plateaued. If you look at, and maybe a lot of people give me fire for this, but GPT-4 came out in April 2023, about a year and a half ago. The models have not improved that much since then. Have they improved? Yes, but is it like, oh no, is it like 10 times better? No. Do I expect GPT-5 to be 10 times better than GPT-4? No. I expect it to be better, but not, I expect it to cost 10 times more or 100 times more and have that much amount more compute that was put into it. But with what they're doing is they're putting exponential amount of resources into it and getting linear results. And they have definitely plateaued in their capabilities. Prove me wrong, big companies. But so far they have not proved me wrong. And so that is something to really keep in mind. The transformer technology might already be very close to being maxed out from its core unit functionality. And now in terms of being able to use those LLMs to solve problems, this is an area that very few people that have really worked on. It's something that we focus a lot on. There's been a lot of promises around AGI, ASI, digital gods, Terminator, stuff like that. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. And then there's been a lot of people prognosticating about this, making these super high expectations of it's coming imminently, it's coming in months, or in just a couple years, and I think that's very hypey. There are some people who have said this is interesting but useless. That's also wrong. In reality, the effective stuff is kind of boring, which is using LLMs as tools, and that to me is where most of the value actually is right now, and where very few people and organizations are actually investing time and energy and money in, ironically. They're doing a lot of the interesting but useless things with LLMs, or they're putting in exponential money and resources to get linear results out. I do think that there could be a new hype cycle if there's a new technology that goes beyond the transformer, or there's a major upgrade to the transformer. But keep in mind, the transformer technology has not really changed in 7 years. And the LLMs themselves have plateaued already. So there's a lot of hype here that is coming out of Silicon Valley that isn't really backed up by the data. Let's dig a little bit deeper into OpenAI and GPTX, because even from people who I really respect their technical opinions, I see this fallacy here, which is GPTX is going to take over your use case, so you might as well not build for it, or maybe you're just doing some arbitrage. You're building for something, in 2 years, GPTX is going to do it all. First of all, they do not release their GPT models that fast. So at least currently, there's been a variety of rumors, but they've said that GPT-5 isn't coming out until late 2025. So that would put it at about 2.5 years after GPT-4. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2.5 years after GPT-4 came out. So, and the chances that GPT-5 is going to do your specific use case is basically zero. To the degree that you can do it now, doing it with an AI solution, basically zero. Okay, and so I've heard somebody go, well, just go a higher number. Okay, well, first of all, let's assume that they can do it and say it's GPT-7. That's still 6, 7, 8 years out. And the models have not shown the ability to improve themselves yet, number one. But also, you're just going to sit on your hands for 6.5 years? Well, OpenAI says, I got it. And to me, they probably don't. The chances that they will do your use case fully and completely in the optimal way for you is basically zero, even with GPT-10. Okay, there's major systems issues. There's major limitations with large language models. OpenAI has not shown the ability to do anything other than build excellent, top-tier large language models. All of their product work is very weak sauce. ChatGPT, if you take away the product, the large language model aspect of it, it's a very, very poor product that has not really improved much in 2 years. As I pointed out before, LLMs have plateaued already. And they have a vested interest in promoting this, what is my opinion, nonsense. There's no data to back this up, and other than a lot of people hand waving and believing in the hype. And there's a ton of data to actually contradict it. Business impacts. I think that basically large language models, as they are now, with no future improvement, will impact basically almost all business processes in across all businesses across the entire world. This is very centered around knowledge work, so there are some businesses and business processes that will not be directly impacted at first. And then I think this will take time, mostly because it's a new technology and it takes organizations time to integrate. It takes time to catch up for people to really understand what it is and what it can do, of which I think there's very little understanding right now. So there will be massive business impacts, and the businesses that take advantage of it quicker and really get after it are going to be the ones that get the biggest benefit. And likely, the difference of a year or two can make the difference between survival and thriving. Job impacts. I was told there'd be jobs. Basically, the people who win here, for the most part, will the difference between the AI winners and losers are the people that learn within their industry, within their job title, how to use AI as tools, how to use them to solve their specific problems in an optimal way, versus the ones who say, you know what, I don't need AI. I'm not going to try to do that. I'm not going to try to grow. But then those are the people that are going to be left behind for the most part. Now, there will be job elimination. Like, I'd be concerned if you were in a call center or had customer service jobs and you were really depending on that. That would be something that I think there will be jobs that will be no longer needed in 5 to 10 years. But there will also be new jobs that are job created. So back to the elimination, there are some people that say, oh, it'll be fine. It's all, that's true in general for society as a whole, but there will be a good chunk of the population that will be impacted. And so I would recommend for everybody to just focus on personal growth and understanding how AI works and really taking a good look at if it's going to impact your job. And even if it does, be ready for that and try to build your skills. I have empathy for those people, because it's hard. It's hard. So society impacts. First of all, there's going to be some weird stuff. If you've heard of the mind reading AI that came out, that was crazy. I think there's going to be massive economic value here, and this is going to add tons of value and overall be generally good for society. But there will be downsides, and not just fear, but there will actually be some negative effects from AI. For sure. Maybe we're seeing that already in elections and people being able to fake and scam people. There's definitely some of that. Definitely fear is a big concern of mine. And then there's obviously a lot of excitement among techno-optimists. I'm very excited about it. And there's a lot of wild predictions. Speaking of wild predictions, AGI, ASI, Digital God. I alluded to this before. This, to me, is one of the biggest techno-nerd wet dreams that people are looking forward to. And I get it. I think there's some really cool value here, and there's some hints at some of this. But let's be clear. Large language models with the current transformer technology cannot be AGI, ASI, Digital God. They cannot be. There is way too many pieces to the system missing for that to happen. There's too many limitations. It's already plateaued, and they are very far off from being this. I know a lot of people think they are because in a little isolated sliver of trying to evaluate it, they it seems like cool. It feels like an entity, but there's still a lot missing. I promise you that they're far off. Now, maybe there's a technology advancement that happens tomorrow that suddenly now it's a new technology that enables it, but they're very far off. Part of this, I think, has to do with how people are viewing agents. I believe most people have an architecture for this that is wrong and backwards, and to me is really obviously so. And if the industry as a whole caught on to this, maybe there would be some chance for this, because I think that is one of the paths to here. But the agents are very LLM focused. They're very LLM centric, and where the model is really put at the center. And to me, that's not correct. And by putting it within a bigger software system, then I believe that there's a little bit of a better possibility for this. But I still think that they're very far off, even if agents were done really well by other people. In my opinion, it's at least 10 years away for something like an AGI, ASI, as most people define it. Part of this is the lack of definition here, so it's really hard to make a specific prediction because the goalposts will move and there will be aspects of this that we don't expect. And it maybe will never happen. I want people to be prepared for that. I'm a techno-optimist. I think there's a reasonable chance, but the technology right now is not there. It's not anywhere near it, despite what Elon Musk and OpenAI want you to believe. They are not near AGI. They are not. I promise you. I've studied this very deeply in terms of how these things work and what's possible. When you put an AI in itself, where it loops on itself, it goes off the rails very, very quickly. And this is part of the fundamental limitations of LLMs itself and the way that people are architecting it. And so there's a lot of work to be done to even really get close to this. All right, hopefully you liked this video. If you disagree, please feel free to put a comment below. Like this video if you like it, and subscribe for more. If you'd like a free custom AI implementation roadmap for your organization, give us a call or click the link below. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.